If you want to know what's trending or you miss your favorite live shows, you can watch it all on our YouTube channel. Simply log on to www.youtube.com/channelsweb. Scroll down to your favorite program and click play. You can also view all uploaded videos by clicking on View All. Don't forget to subscribe and get the latest videos. If they are interesting, like them and be heard. Get connected with the channel's television YouTube page. The news at your fingertips.
Well, we continue our look at the ASUU FG impasse concerning the strike. Remember the 24-hour the ultimatum expires in 24 hours, and we are getting to hear different views from the government as well as from ASUU. Joining us from our Abuja studios this morning is Dr. Okupe. He is the Assistant to the President on Public Affairs. Good morning and thanks for joining us. Perhaps you should tell us exactly what is happening concerning this particular matter. The strike, is it over or not, or what is the government going to do about this?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sulai. Whether the strike is over or not will be decided by the ASUU leadership. From the government perspective, everything that needs to be done has been done. The whole gamut of negotiations has taken place from the level of the Labour Minister, the Education Minister, the Vice President of the Federation, and to the ultimate top, the meeting with Mr. President that lasted for several hours into the night, precisely 13 hours, where everything was on the table, where everything was discussed, and where most of the things were agreed upon. At that meeting, the government proposed, at the end of that meeting, the government proposed that everything that has been agreed should be put in a memorandum of agreement and that the two parties should sign. But the leadership of ASUU declined and said instead of that, they would rather have a letter of comfort expressing everything that has been resolved therein, and that will suffice for them. And government promptly complied with that request. A letter of comfort was issued and was forwarded to ASUU leadership, and the part of the agreement was that within 7 days, the ASUU leadership will call off the strike, and the country can move on. This did not happen, in spite of the fact that the ASUU leadership presented the letter of comfort to its chapters nationwide, and a majority of them, a clear majority of them, endorsed the position of the resolutions reached, and actually were more inclined towards calling off the strike. But unfortunately, 7 days that was given for them to come back, today is the 26th day. In actual fact, the seed of discord and the evidence of bad faith already existed, because the letter from government was on the 6th of November. The government did not get any reply, until the 26th of November, almost 3 weeks after that. That is not something that is noble. Having sat down and discussed with the highest authority in the land and having agreed, it is unfortunate that somebody died, but that notwithstanding, that cannot be a justification for delaying the implementation of an agreement, for 21 or more days. Then I have the document, which the ASUU president, gave yesterday. This is the document, and as the discussion goes on, I will take the Nigerians through the items that are in this document, and we will discuss it. I have come here this morning to speak the truth, to tell Nigerians what is on the ground and what the true matter is. And I will restrict myself to this document that was given yesterday by ASUU leadership. Thank you.
Well, anyway, talking about the document, perhaps we also have some document from the ASUU. I don't understand if that's the same document you have, talking about misrepresentations and intimidation, how not to manage the crisis in the university system, which was actually released yesterday. But if you look at it, so many other issues have been happening, and we thought by now, well, I haven't seen that very, very long meeting with the president. Well, it will all amount to be back to the classrooms. So tell us exactly what you have with you there, and if you've been speaking with the leadership of ASUU.
Well, thank you, Adrian. I will not concern myself with the verbosity of this document and the sentimentalities of people suggesting that people are trying to intimidate them. There's nothing of the sort. The government is not in contest with ASUU. The government cannot be seen to be contesting with any sector of the economy or the country. This president is interested in moving Nigeria forward through a very well articulated transformation agenda. Now, the letter in this document, part of the letter written by the government to ASUU is contained here. And I will not waste your time, but what it says here on page 2 says that arising from the above understanding, it was further noted with particular emphasis on funding that, this is this government speaking, that 1, Nigerian universities must be revitalized for effective service delivery. 2, all the provisions in the extant agreement and MOU for the revitalization of the university system shall be fully implemented as captured in the 2012 needs assessment. And 3, that the federal government shall mobilize resources towards this goal. Based on this fact, it was also agreed that a sum of 1.3 trillion naira shall be made available to ASUU over the next 6 years, starting from December this year with 200 billion. Now, the last part of that page, on page 3, is that the FGN therefore requests that ASUU shall, within 7 days, call off its 4-month strike action. Then, this was not done. Now, what are the issues with ASUU? When ASUU presented this letter of comfort, what one expected was that they will call off the strike in forthright. But ASUU in this document says that they could not call off the strike because of certain uncertainties or gaps that are evident in government's report. And what are these uncertainties? And I want Nigerians to please listen to me very carefully. Forget about who I am. Forget about who I speak for. Only remember that we are all Nigerians, members of one nation with one interest at heart, and that is there shall be peace in our land and there shall be prosperity in our land. That when you listen to this, you can arrive at your own judgment. ASUU says that there are 4 issues for which they have now reconsidered and they will not call off the strike, despite the fact that this was not on the table when they met with the government. The four things are this, and I will be very brief, that the 200 billion that was agreed for 2013 should be paid and should be deposited and paid into an account in the CBN within the next 2 weeks. Now, they also said the negotiation of the 2009 agreement should be included in the final document. 3, that there should be a non-victimization clause, and 4, that a new memorandum of understanding should be put in place and signed by Attorney General. Let me start from the bottom. These fellow Nigerians are the 4 reasons why the universities still remain closed till today. These 4 reasons. And if by the time I take you through it, if you think government is wrong or government is right, let the people judge. Let the people judge this administration. Number 1, they are requesting for a memorandum to be signed by Attorney General. Now, there's no way an agreement will be reached, resolutions will be reached, and a memorandum will not be prepared. So, this is tautology. This is wasting of people's time. There's no resolution of a crisis that's not involve a memorandum. In fact, the memorandum was already prepared, but it was ASUU that turned it down at the November meeting with the president. So, but asking that the Attorney General of the Federation should sign it doesn't make sense. Anybody of substantial status, Secretary to Government, Minister of Education, can sign for and on behalf of the federal government. So that is as far as that point is concerned. The non-victimization clause, it's something that is ridiculous to have put it here, because we know, as ASUU knows, there's an International Labour Organization provision that says that nobody who takes part in a strike should be victimized. There's no need to overflog or constrict the neck of government or students or their parents based on this, on a fact that is known. Nigeria is a co-signatory to the ILO provisions. So how can Nigeria or Nigerian government or a responsible government go against what internationally has been agreed upon? So that is it's a no-no. It is not important. It is not of such importance as to strangulate the country for this purpose. Number two, they said the negotiation of the 2009 agreement in 2014 should be included. Excuse me. If we resolve this impasse today, it is automatic, and it is implied that the 2009 agreement will be renegotiated. That is, because that has not been touched now. So it doesn't make sense to make this demand. It really does not make sense. These are normal sine qua non to a normal resolution. Now, the most important one, they said the 200 billion agreed upon 2013 revitalization fund should be deposited in the central bank in a special account. Now, I want to tell you, we started from 100 billion. We started from 100 billion, because ASUU was asking for 500 billion. The government said because of dwindling resources, it will be difficult, and there are competing demands. So it will be difficult to make 500 billion available. And the government for a long time stood on 100 billion. But at that meeting, in order to further concede and to ensure that ASUU cause of this side, the federal government agreed to pay 200 billion into a special account in the CBN, by December. Now, ASUU or its leadership did not bother to find out whether this had been complied with before they came up with this and refused to go back to work. Now, when you go and meet with the president of a country, the president of the country is a representation of the sovereignty of the country. I don't know what people take governments to be. A man is a president. The president sits down with you in a meeting. After the meeting, a letter is caused to be written for which the president has approved, and you treat that with levity, and you strangulate the country based on things that you have not verified. I can tell you this morning that an account, university's infrastructural account, has been opened in the Central Bank of Nigeria. The Central Bank of Nigeria is a public office. Anybody, any Nigerian can go and find out and investigate. The account has been opened, and the money has been set aside. Excuse me. So, look at the 4 reasons that has been given. All the 4 reasons have been taken care of. So why are we now still saying that, it is no retreat, no surrender? For what?